Nilimbembeleza, nikambembeleza, akanikata, nikaanguka.
Sometimes it is hard to believe, but the people that are the closest to us are the ones that make our lives miserable. Moureen is a mother that has been to hell and back. From her childhood, she has always faced the worst. She got married at a very young age because the situation of her life gave her marriage as the only option for survival, and she took it. But what she has been through since then is unspeakable. It got to a point whereby the father of her children cut her with a machete until she could not breathe anymore. Today, we are in Kenya, in the east of Africa, where we had to go and find Mariam so that she could share her story with the rest of the world. When we heard about Mariam's story, it was really shocking, but when we got there, she was welcoming and happy to see us. We had breakfast together. She is such a lovely lady. She told us how everything went down from the very first day that she remembers. This is her story. She is called Moureen Omolo. She is the firstborn in the family of 4 where she came from. When she turned 9 years old, she unfortunately lost both her parents. She became an orphan, and this means that she did not have anyone to take care of her. She had to manage everything on her own, and she was also responsible for the life of her younger siblings.
Mimi ni total orphan. Sina wazazi. Wazazi wangu walikufa nikiwa na miaka 9. Sasa nilistruggle na maisha mpaka venye.
It was not easy at all. When she turned 15 years old, she got married so that she could get someone to help her take care of her siblings. She says that she did not want to get married at this age, but it was the only option that life ever gave her.
Nilioleka nikiwa na miaka 15.
From that day, she has never had peace. This man loved her a lot, and this is what a married lady always wants. But for her case, it was terrible. Her husband used to go to work. He used to try as hard as he can to give her food and take care of her, but she was not allowed to talk to any other man in her life. Her husband did not want even his friends to talk to his wife. He wanted to be the only man in her life. Moureen says that this made her seem like she was a prisoner in that house. She talked to him, asking him for the situation to change because she deserved her rights as a human. Her husband said that the reason why he did all that was because he really loved her. She says that he always locked her up in the house because he could not leave knowing that there is another man in her life. He was always scared that one day they would take her away from him, and this was the worst thing that could ever happen in his life. She says that she knew that this man really loved him a lot, but now it was becoming more than normal. She decided to keep living with him, thinking that one day things were going to ever change, and this was all that she hoped for. He said that instead of seeing her with another man, he would rather kill her, and no one else will have her if it's not him. She thought that he was saying this because he was too much in love, and there was no way that he could ever do such a thing. On the other side, she was scared because she knew what this man was capable of doing. Years went by, and they had 4 children together, 2 boys and 2 girls. They were happy and blessed to have them, but later they lost their firstborn, and they were now left with 3, and they had to take care of them. After some time, she told him that she wanted to start working so that they could have enough money to take care of their children because he was not earning enough to take care of this family. She thought that he was not going to allow her to work, but he did. She was supposed to work as a housemaid in Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. This is where she was going to live and visit her family once in a while. It was not long after then when she left for the city.
Ama anipate na mcheat. Hiyo ndio siku atakuja kuniua.
Well, when Moureen got to the city, her husband always used to send her text messages, and they were all saying one thing: if you ever find another man, I will burn both of you alive. She started working, and after a couple of months of work, she decided to come back home and visit her family. When she came back to her home, what she saw was unbelievable. Her husband had already got another wife. She broke down into tears and she said that she had come to visit her children and she was later going back to the city because this was not her home anymore. Her husband did not at all agree to this. She was now more beautiful than before because of the good life that she had been living in the city. When her husband saw her, he was very much attracted. He asked Moureen to come back and live with him again, and he was ready to throw out the second wife just for Moureen. No, not at all. She refused and went back to the city. She was very angry because she did not expect anything like this to happen. According to her, this is when her husband now became a monster and he turned into someone that she had never seen before. He called her on the phone saying that he was going to kill their children if she does not come back home. When she heard this, she immediately returned. Her husband decided to live with both women as his wives. This was not easy at all because the new wife was very jealous and the both of them always had misunderstandings. She wanted to leave her husband, but again, he promised to kill her if she dared to. One day, she decided to make a trip and go back to Nairobi where she was working to pick up some money that she was supposed to be given because there was some balance that was left. Her husband thought that she was now going for good. He asked her to prepare one last meal before she left. They were sitting outside the house at around 2 p.m. in the evening. She and her husband were very happy and talking like everything was fine. Little did she know that the other wife had gone to bring a machete and a flashlight. This man texted Moureen's brother. He told him that on that day he was going to end Moureen's life. Her brother tried to call Moureen to warn her, but she was hit before she was told anything. Out of the blue, she felt something hitting her from the back. She did not know what it was. She saw herself bleeding and she pleaded for forgiveness. This man kept on cutting her into pieces mercilessly.
Bahati mzuri nilianguka kama nimelalia hii mkono. Sasa hii ndio nilikuwa nambembeleza naye. Baba usiniue, basi nakaa. Sasa hii hata ukisema unakaa na mimi nimesha kata na kukata na kuua. Sasa kuna hajawacha tu nikuue. Nimekubali kufungwa.
She felt her right hand, her back and her shoulders being cut. Her eye was removed and she blacked out. Moureen was now in coma. When he noticed that she was not breathing anymore, he stopped and he walked away. After doing that, he drank poison so that he could die too, but this did not happen. He later went to the police station and he told them what he had done so that they could arrest him because he did not want a life without Moureen. Until today, she still doesn't understand this. Moureen was rushed to the hospital and the other wife ran away. Fortunately, she survived and now she lives with her children. She sells fruits along the streets so that she can get money to take care of her children, but it is never enough to buy for them food and pay rent of the house that they are living in right now. Maureen's life is not the best at all. She can hardly get a job due to her condition. She is now requesting for help so that she can be able to manage and take care of her children, and this will be offered via the Giving Life link in the description of this video and pinned in the topmost comment by Afrimax English. Thank you for watching. My name is Prince. This is Afrimax English. Do not forget to subscribe.